Salud. A little champagne.
Oh, sorry.
Get the fuck out of here. Look at this. The whiskey guy. Thank you guys for joining us. Speakeasy Podcast. We have an amazing guest tonight. I fell in love with her on IG. This is the first time we're actually meeting in person. All of us.
Awkward first date.
This is an awkward first date.
Not really. No, not really.
It's very comfortable, isn't it? It's like when you click. When you first, you meet that soulmate, you click, boom,
Yeah.
This is what it feels like. I fucking love what you represent, how fucking ballsy you are, how you bring it, literally, like your IG handle says, Erinn In The Raw. Follow her, ERINN_IN_the_raw.
No, it's a period.
Oh, is it a period?
Yeah, not underscore.
Oh, I thought it was underscore.
I gotta keep it ladylike.
Walter,
Sorry, my bad.
Walter, girls have periods.
Yeah, please.
Excuse me. Sorry. I learn something new every day. But yeah, I just love how fucking real you are with everything that you do. You epitomize sexuality. It seems like you're an awesome chef. I can't wait to taste your goods.
Amen.
Amen. And so I'm very proud that you joined us here at the Speakeasy Podcast. I think we have a lot of things in common. He loves to eat.
Well,
I loves to eat.
obviously.
And I love my sex.
I like porn.
He loves porn. You
Yeah.
love porn. There's a lot of things we have in common, and we want to address that all today. So once again, welcome, Erinn In The Raw.
Thank you
for
guys.
coming.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You
Thank
guys
you
are
for.
all so much fun.
We haven't even started yet.
I know. They're just so cool.
So right off the bat, let's address your profession. How and not just your profession, but how you decided to make it your own. There's tons of fucking people trying to be chefs. Tons of people trying to, be this or that in the culinary arts. You are really like developing your own little category. How did that come about? How did you get into it? And why do you love sex so much?
Oh my god, that's such a loaded question.
No pun intended.
It's actually been a crazy road for me to figure out like what I wanted to be and what I wanted to rep and all that. But long story short, pretty much out of high school, I went to a private high school. I got in too many fights in middle school. I went to public school. I got in too many fights with bitches. They were testing me. I was always loyal to men. I don't get it. I was super loyal to men. I was friends with all dudes, and then I'd catch their girls like cheating on them, right? So then I would go and I'd be like, that she's like doing this and that, and then I get my ass kicked.
Oh.
So I would get in too many fights. Long story short, I had to go to a private school in high school, and then in order to graduate, I had to be enrolled in a college. I am not a student. Like, I never brought home good grades. I didn't give a fuck about it. I'm a creator. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
So, my college counselor's like, well, what do you like doing? I'm like 18 years old. I'm like fucking off, I'm like, I like, eating, sleeping, shopping. Wait, you like eating? Okay, well, why don't you do this? And I'm like, all right, sign me up. That's literally how it went.
Wait a minute. So a high school counselor actually did their job? Because that's how it should go down, right? Like, I love this. Okay, follow your dream. They never do that shit. It's always like, go be a robot at somebody's company.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, unwillingly, don't worry. Like, I went through culinary school, signed up, totally did no research about it. I didn't know they make shit. I didn't know I had to work every fucking day of the year. Like, every holiday. I didn't know I was going to have no life.
Yeah.
But whatever, I didn't know I was going to deal with, like, harassment and all this and sexism and all this shit from dudes.
What?
Yeah, so I didn't know all that. But I did it. I stuck with it for 7 years. But honestly, like, each year of leaving my family on holidays, it got harder. So that's how I knew, like, it wasn't for me.
Well, not the traditional way.
What do you mean?
Like, because you still do it.
So, yes, exactly. So, the restaurant life was not for me.
Exactly.
So, the restaurant life was not for me at all. I hated being restricted to, like, I don't like rules, period. And I don't like being told what to do. So, when I was told that, like, I couldn't wear earrings, I couldn't have nail polish, or I couldn't fucking, wear perfume, or I couldn't, like, wear lashes, and I couldn't do all... bitch, I'm already fucking covering my hair. I look like a little boy anyway. Like, let me express myself, you know?
I know you're really confusing my sexuality.
So I was like, at that time I had like long hair,
I'm not
you know?
confused.
So I was just like annoyed with the whole fucking thing, and I was like, you know what? It's time for me to get out. So with that, I got out of I spent a few months like, fuck, like I have this huge student loan now. Like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? So then I went into private chefing. Naturally, I was like, oh, I'll give this a try. It's cool. Like, you get to set your own prices, you know, make your own schedule and shit like that with individual clients. But if you have one long-term client that you're committed to, you're pretty much on their schedule, you know, and you live their fucking life and help them build their fucking dreams. And I'm like, all right, like, there's pros and cons to it. Again, wasn't for me. I'm like, fuck this. So, you know, do I still take gigs here and there? Yes, I do. But to be honest, like right now, I'm working at an adult store. I manage it, and I learned I have a ton of knowledge on like toys, hygiene.
So you get a discount? Can we get a discount?
I do.
Yeah.
I learn all my
Feel
products.
free to plug it if we get a discount. Go ahead.
And you know, all the while I'm there, I'm like, how can I like? This is so me. Like I love what I do.
It's like
there.
the type of environment.
I love helping people. I love listening and talking about sex and saving sex lives, you know? And then I learned how to, you know, I remember in culinary school, it's really crazy how things come full circle. All my reports would be on aphrodisiacs, history of sex and food, history of this and that. And then now it's like, okay, when I started to step away from private chefing, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get like a shitty little fucking job, like just to cover my bills. I applied at gyms. I applied at, you know, receptionist desk and all this shit. The only place that ever called me back and went through like that was this store. So I knew it was a sign.
Weird.
You know? So I was like, okay. But yeah, so that's like kind of where I'm at now. And I love what I do. I have a great staff, and I figured out how to marry, you know, both of them. It really is like who I am as a person. I grew up extremely bullied. In my childhood, I had a headgear, I had a bowl cut, and I was chubby. And so for me, it's like I always wanted to grow up and inspire people, never to feel the need to put other people down. Like, just fucking mind your own business, do you, feel good about you, so that way you can uplift other people. You know what I'm saying?
You feel now like that's what you're doing with your platforms that you're given?
I would like to, yes. That's like my main goal.
Exactly what? What's your main goal?
To inspire people, to just do whatever the fuck they want and not care. Because it's really like not worth it. Life's too short. Like to live by society's standards.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just like listen to like and really comprehend the signs that life like throws your way, you know?
Including your own body.
Yeah.
Your body talks to you a lot.
Absolutely.
People don't listen.
Mine says stop. Don't do that. Don't put that in me.
Mine says put everything in me.
Different ends of
I bet you if you put anything, you could put anything you want in him. He'll let you fucking put it in, for sure. But it was like 2 pinkies, not just one.
But
up until the knuckle.
Try anything once. Or twice.
I like that. See, that's the right attitude. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Yeah.
Life is short.
Stay open-minded. You know, don't.
So are pinkies.
Yeah. So, you know, like it's just, I really want people to just come into their own, and even if that means paving your own lane and, you know, taking a hit. I take so many fucking hits on my Instagram. Like, I went from being the basic private chef, no, like, you know, shame to, like, private chefs because they're amazing and I have respect for everyone in this industry. They all work super hard, but I just know that I was meant for more. And even when I was, like, being bullied as, like, a little girl, I always felt that I was important, and I couldn't understand, like, why people were, like, talking shit to me. I was like, yeah, I got my hair in a bowl cut because my mom had short hair, and I wanted to be like my mom. And then, you know, I was chubby because guess what? I didn't fucking start my period yet. And then, you know, like, who cares? Like, kids are so fucking rude.
Where do you think?
Assholes.
Where do you think
They are.
Okay, so that's an interesting thing that you're touching on because in the midst of being bullied, you still have confidence. And usually that doesn't go hand in hand. Bullying will break down your confidence.
Well,
where did the confidence come from?
I'd have to say that I got the confidence from my dad. My dad grew up in the foster care system. He grew up on a farm in Salinas, and he was mistreated by his foster parents. But he's also where I get my appreciation for healthy ingredients and fresh food. But he always told me growing up all these fucking lies. Like, you know how you, like, your second toe, some of them are, like, taller or bigger than your big toe? He's like,
where they're not supposed to be?
Yeah, he's like, do you know what that means? And I was like, no. He goes, that means you're a leader. I'm also the oldest. I have a little sister. But
that's hilarious.
He's like, that means you're a fucking leader, and you lead. You don't follow. That was always, like, a huge thing in my head. Like, never to follow people. Even till this day, like, on Instagram, like, I don't follow people unless I meet you in person or you inspire me.
Sorry, Josh. Not following.
And so
I can't wait till you follow me back.
I was like, I didn't understand. You know, I followed you. So
Finally.
I'm like, I don't understand why this is happening. But
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I have a question with regards to something that you said. It's very important to me. It's kind of how I move forward with the idea of making sure that you are the best you, so that other people around you use that as some type of, not motivation, you're not trying to make people meet your level, but saying like, hey, look, check it out. Just focus on you for a minute, you know?
Totally.
That's been a big part of who I am for a long time, you know?
It's important.
Yeah. So with that being said, in a world where you have teams, okay, whether it be in the kitchen or even at your store, like you're the leader, you know, you have the longer toe, but you're but the team aspect, is that instilled in there, whether it be in the kitchen or at your adult store?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with projects, I hate working in teams because I don't like people doing like more work than, you know, whatever. But I like to like manage a team. I like to inspire people.
You like to lead.
Yeah, exactly. I like to lead. So
you're a boss. You like telling people what the fuck to do.
I do. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like fucking being restricted.
That comes with rebels. We don't like to be told what to do.
So let's take that same vein and let's move it into the bedroom. Are you okay with being dominated, or is that your role, period?
No. Like, once, I'm all about pleasure.
Okay.
So I think that much like food, food is very emotionally attached to us, whether you guys believe it or not.
I believe it.
When you're depressed, when you're excited, when you're sad, whatever, or happy, you fucking eat.
I eat my feelings.
You eat your feelings, but if you're celebrating,
you're
what do you do?
very emotional.
I'm super emotional.
Listen, before we started the show, Walter was pissed about everything. He lost a cord and was on a rampage.
No joke. I was, and I hate this fucking word. I hate hangry. I hate that fucking word.
Yeah.
But you were.
But it happened.
But I literally was, and I was telling everybody, I'm mad. I haven't eaten. Like, I know it's because I haven't eaten. I'm diabetic as well. So I'm just like, this is fucking with me right now. Just so if I'm giving you attitude, like, just know that's why I'm giving you attitude. Mario comes in, gives me food, and what?
3 spoonfuls later.
Yeah, he was like, this is good.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, ooh,
I don't like amalgamations of words either, like hangry, but I'll allow it because he was just fine.
It's true.
But yeah, so that just goes in line with what you were saying.
So yeah, so food, you know, food and your emotions, it just goes hand in hand.
Okay.
Same thing with sex. You know, I feel like food brings us pleasure. I think sex brings us pleasure as well.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So instead of drugging girls, guys could feed girls and make them horny?
I think that, I mean, I know a lot of women, and listen, I do not discriminate. I do not judge, even if it's for me or not for me. But I know a lot of women that literally just want to fuck, right? Okay, that's fine.
They just don't say it.
But they at least want a guy to feed them first.
mm-hmm.
All right.
They're like, you know what? Nah, he needs to buy me food, and then I'll fuck him. But if he just calls me, like, on some fuckboy shit, like, let's just fuck, they're like, it makes them feel away.
It's like a
Like
show
an
with
object.
pizza, at least.
Like an object.
Like
Nobody wants to feel like an object. I'm down to fuck, but don't.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know about you two, but I'm somewhat like that as well. I don't just, and I know it's going to sound retarded, but I don't like to just be hit up for that. And I have been hit up just for sex. And I
Even
don't
then,
dig
makes
it.
You guys feel
I
like
don't dig
objects.
it.
What?
I thought I would.
Me too, all the time.
I've had many conversations with women the morning after where I've had to explain to them that look, this is
that you're
just
sorry.
sexual. No, never. This is just sexual gratification. It was a long story, but it basically was in college. It was in a class where this particular person was extremely feminist, which is not a bad thing, but she took it in
Some
the
of them
wrong
take it
direction.
a little
Right.
too far.
So this particular person asked me to help them on an essay, which I did. Ironically, no, not ironic. Coincidentally enough, I fed her. I made her.
And she fucked
She was
you.
a vegetarian.
Yeah.
It was a black bean quesadilla that I looked up on Google 10 minutes before making it.
Very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful. I was about to
Very
say.
thoughtful.
Very considerate.
Yeah, and 5 minutes into a movie, done. Yeah. The next morning, I had the whole. I heard the talk for the first time. I heard this statement being said. I don't usually do this, and I thought to myself, "Oh, sweetie, you're gonna do this a lot more."
Totally.
Yeah.
She's young.
Yeah.
We've all said that.
And I said, "Look, listen. Did you have a good time?" She said, "Yes." I'm like, "Then that's all you need to worry about.
Yeah.
That's it."
I
And
usually
move
don't show
on
up.
with your fucking
That's
day.
it.
It's not a big deal.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Did you? I mean, I didn't need. Slight aside, I have a Batman quilt. It's a queen size blanket that was on the bed at the time, and she was a squirter and didn't tell me. And
So inconsiderate.
messed up
That's fucking
That is.
rude.
That's rude.
messed
I
up
got plenty of towels.
my blanket. No.
All my all my squirters have told me they were squirters.
That's happened to me
Boys,
once,
squirters.
and that's why this eye drifts a little.
I get that. Yeah. No. So like it wasn't about like, oh, was it a good time for you or was it a good time for me but not for you? Like, no, it was a great time. Period. That's okay. Then I said, if you want to do this again, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm down. This was at. Again, I mean, I think you heard us talk about an episode a few weeks ago where I said like I was a few years removed from everyone else in college. They were a little bit younger, not illegal, but
Not
What is-
illegal.
yeah, right.
Just in case anybody squirts on this show.
Would it be? It's for her. She's not wearing underwear. Man.
Josh, put in work. Josh makes a squirt.
Stuff my boobs.
Yeah,
Right now.
but that I mean that's something that I've brought up more than once. The idea of just pour yourself another glass. That's
I don't need it. I don't need a glass. It's fine,
Right.
guys.
Bam!
okay.
Bottle to the mouth.
Do it.
Yeah,
I like it.
but the
Do
concept and the idea of okay, so we're in a world right now where over the past 2 years, and this is something I wanted to eventually get into. Over the past couple of years, we've had celebrities come out. We've had male predators. We've had the whole entire.
The whole Me Too thing.
Yeah,
I love that movie,
Right.
Male Predators.
And it's been it's been very hard. I mean, we talked about this when we first started the show. When do we bring this up? When can we talk about it?
Yeah.
And I told Walter specifically, we can't. We're 3 dudes. We cannot talk about it.
We
That's
actually thought about.
No, I-
sure our idea?
Yeah, I wanted to bring someone on the show who felt uncomfortable
By us.
Like
that we made
You know?
uncomfortable.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, I couldn't think
That'd
of
be-
anyone.
I
whether it be
tried to.
me
I
being
think I
naive
think of one.
or them not being down. I don't know, but with that being said, the idea of that concept is I think there's a slight shift. It's slight, but it's a shift in women empowerment and like there's always been the time where women are like, no, fuck this, fuck you, fuck men, and men are like, no, bitch, we run the world, blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah.
Now is a time where women are like, no, fuck you, and guys are like, shit.
That's what I. I honestly, that's what I love about you. Because
Yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
and you don't just say fuck you to men, you just say fuck you to society.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
it's not men.
I'm gonna do my
specific.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on your face. I'm gonna be a cartoon, but I'm still gonna make you uncomfortable because my face is on this cartoon sitting on this fool's face.
It's not. Feminism is not. It's supposed to not be about hating men.
No, it's not
You,
at all.
You don't
It's
hate
about
men. You just want
you.
equality, and that's it.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm more of like I don't like the fucking like standards or things that society puts in place, for different sexes and different roles and, all this shit. Like, gays, fucking dudes have to do this and girls have to do that. No, like, as long as you and your partner are on the same page and it works for you, then that's all that fucking matters. You know what I'm saying?
And that it's consensual.
Yeah.
That's part.
important.
Sometimes.
That's important. That's important. Is there are there roles that you play in your life that society might think like, why is she doing that? Do you?
This one right now. You know what? I do have to say, like, I am so blessed to have found my calling and what I really do feel I'm here on this earth for. I'm definitely here to push boundaries. I'm definitely here to open minds and to lead, you know? But for my generation in particular, like, I won't fucking stop. Like, I'm not one of those girls that you can, you know, fucking leave a shit ton of fucking hater ass comments on my shit or block me or report my ass or whatever, and then I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Like, that's not me.
It's gonna get you louder.
That's just more fuel.
It actually makes me so fucking horny. Like, I love.
Let's get her blocked.
I love.
Stop talking.
It.
Hold on, wait.
Shut your
I
mouth.
got you.
Shut your mouth.
I love it.
Shut your mouth.
No, but you know, I've seen people even in the porn industry who they get razzled by it, you know, and I mean, I've talked to many people in that world. I've been immersed in it. I know a lot of people like that are in the same community, and it doesn't bother them, yet they have an outcry for it, you know. Mm-hmm. And Walter had he had tried to bring you on weeks ago, you know, and it didn't work out, which is fine. But because of that, the good thing is that it allowed me to follow you for a lengthy amount of time.
That was a good.
To see the realistic side of you, to see whether this was a facade or this was really what you're all about, you know? Because it's one thing for someone to post on Instagram a picture of like a papaya that looks like a vagina.
Totally.
And then it's another thing for someone to be like, this is what I am, you know?
Yeah.
Not saying you're a papaya, but possibly. But
she
the
has a
idea,
vagina.
the premise behind it
and
is...
I squirt like that papaya.
Yeah, and it was...
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that if women allow themselves to squirt, then all of them are squirters.
They're afraid to pee.
They're afraid to pee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they're afraid they will restrict it. They're like, nope, I'm not peeing on this
and
nigga.
for years I did that, but then
You
I was
guys
like,
have too
no,
many
fuck
muscles down there. It's
it.
crazy.
We do. It's a lot of piping.
Yeah, it's
I
a
feel
lot.
like it's the right amount of muscle.
Venus flytrap.
It's
Yeah.
the right.
You ever put
In a
like a
good way,
washcloth around a finger and just squeeze? That's a vagina. It's amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a
I took all these anatomy courses. You just
You don't
fucking
need
just
it.
asked
Watch
me.
porn. That's fine.
watch
Yeah.
porn.
You're
That
fine.
was
I
a hot
like
apple
that
pie.
shit. I like
Yeah,
that.
ignore that.
But what I've noticed in the porn industry specifically, and this is basically what I'm getting to, is there's a recently there were 2 acts that were trying to be passed with regards to sex trafficking that impacted pornography extremely, with the idea of being fully aware of their names and their you know, and then aside from that, just like blocking a lot of things. The internet having the power to block this, that, and whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of messy stuff, which you guys should look it up on your own time. What is it, like Cesta and
There's so much.
yeah,
Just Google it.
just Google. Yeah, they're trying to
What exactly
eliminate.
should they Google?
They're trying to eliminate our porn stars. Look.
They're trying to, anyone.
And they're using sex trafficking for that?
Yeah, it's weird how they.
2 totally different subjects,
Two
people.
totally different.
On this note, we'll come back right now and cover this topic.
Yeah, I'll look it up. And I'll
Part
have
2.
more
Yeah. You
information
can
about
look it up right now on this break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Erinn in the Raw.
it. Thank God I got.
Go ahead and squirt, bro. Chop, 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 chop. Look at our guest, Erinn. She don't give a fuck about rules. Chugging champagne bottles. That's how we do. Although I heard that you do like whiskey. Why aren't you drinking
I
whiskey
don't
with
like
us?
whiskey, but I kind of feel left out.
Not anymore. Chug that bad boy.
You guys are
magic.
such gentlemen.
Yeah, we are.
Cheers.
Cheers to squirters and pee.
Cheers to squirters and not giving a fuck.
Not giving a
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh.
Especially fuck it. I don't give a
Fuck
fuck. I got
He
my
said
my
words.
pants wet. It's not the
Never
first
been
time.
called a gentleman.
Salud.
Same.
I one time peed on him. It was an accident.
No, it was not an accident. Not when you asked for it. All right.
So before the break, we had a great lengthy talk about a lot of good stuff.
But a very important question was
You didn't
avoided.
answer.
Yeah,
me.
you didn't answer it.
In the bedroom, are you okay with being dominated?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there
I
you
like
go.
everything. I like everything. I don't put anything off limits. Although I will say that I don't know how I feel about like threesomes. I've never had one, but I just feel like I'd be like super jealous. It would have to be with complete strangers, but then I don't even fuck with complete strangers. So I don't know if it'll ever happen.
I've had 2, and each time they got jealous.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah,
Because
you
at
know
some
what?
point,
I
as a
don't know.
man, I don't know about you, but as a have you had one?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So come with me right here.
No.
Not together. But so did you find yourself more attracted to one and then give that one a little more attention?
This is what you do.
You see?
This is
I did.
No, this is what you do. Okay, it was with a girlfriend. Okay, and I told her beforehand, you are the director. Okay.
Okay.
You tell me
good.
what to do.
And for
this
such
girl,
a selfish person, you're so considerate.
Because if
He
they
knows
tell
women.
if
He
they
knows
tell
women.
you what to do, you're not in the wrong.
Mhm.
So it was her the entire time.
You're in the raw.
It was said,
Smart.
"Hey, babe, eat her out." Okay. Hey, babe, fuck her. Okay. Oh, thanks. Okay. Yeah. No.
So
It was,
smart.
No, it
So
was.
smart.
You got her to sign off on it first.
And both times.
Hey, can you notarize this anal?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, both times that her and I did it, it was
Fingerprint.
great. Yeah, you have to, in any sexual experience with a female, you have to listen to their bodies, okay?
You have to listen to females, period,
Yeah,
in order
yeah.
to make them
Do
happy.
you get turned off if a guy asks you what you want or what you like? That
no,
can be.
I actually, you know what? Because for me, this is why I'm single too. Because guys, they don't fucking listen. Well, a lot of them don't. No offense, guys. You guys
I think
are
you
all
have
very
3 artists
sweet.
right
Yeah,
here.
you guys
I
are
take
very
direction
sweet.
well.
I'm sorry.
Huge. We're horny listeners.
What did you say?
A lot of guys, they don't listen or they don't take the time to like get to know their girl's body. They're like about themselves. They just want to nut. And you know, I deal with that a lot every day with where I manage. And you know, I always say that a girl will do whatever the fuck you want for them. They'll fucking fuck you however much you want if you respect them and if you just fucking listen to them. That's all you
And
need
you
to
get
do.
them off.
That's how I got my butthole licked.
And you don't even...
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about it. That's my favorite subject. If you go to my comedy show tonight, you're going to hear about butthole licking.
I'm constantly trying to get guys to have females lick their ass or just play with their ass because that's where your
Do
problem is.
It's so dope. I thought I was going to be a faggot.
No.
You're not a faggot. I just got hornier. I got manlier.
Exactly.
I got manlier.
Honestly, like
That
I respect
shit's
that.
awesome.
I had
fucking
a-
respect that
Salute.
shit.
I had a chick
Butthole
who was into
licking.
it. I had a chick who was like, we were kind of comfortable with each other. We were just kind of hanging out, and she's like, "I want to play with your butt." And I was like, "Well, okay."
It went from hanging out to
Yeah.
figuring
And
out.
I was
I
like,
love it.
she like lit candles and like was super like
Oh my
sensual,
God.
and I
It's a
was
big
like,
deal.
So, yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
that's what I want to ask you. Why is it a big deal for you?
Listen, it's just again, society is fucking stupid,
Uh-huh.
and they tell you guys that it's gay, which being gay is not bad. Like
Mhm.
being gay, you're human, and what you like is what you like. It's like me being like, I like strawberries. Oh my god, I don't fuck with you because you like
That's
strawberries.
kind of different than like, oh my god, I love sucking dick. Oh shit, that's
I don't
totally
think so.
strawberry. Is to me it is. It's just, and I'm gonna address this because you brought it up. Society, right? I grew up in a certain environment, and so I clown people for 30 years, and
Yeah.
now it's my problem because I clowned them. So I don't want to be clowned. So that was part of it. And then when that whole happened, that whole licking my butthole thing, and it was so delicious and amazing, I was like, you know what? I'm not gay, and I actually am
You're not
hornier.
gay.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I like this. Lick my butthole again.
You got sexually woke.
Yes, I did.
Exactly.
This takes me back
broke up
to a...
that butthole.
But I do not want to like sucking dick.
This
I
takes me
No,
to
that's fine. You don't
an
have- you don't
episode.
have to.
I want you all to look in the archives for an episode called The F Word, where I had my
Oh,
gay
yes.
bartender friend Anthony, who talked about something similar.
Episode 5.
Yes, it was great.
Episode 5.
By the way, yeah, no, I feel the same way with regards to being gay. I know many people who have dated, like whether it be a girl dating a guy for a very long time, or a guy dating a girl for a very long time. And I've always told them, like when they told me like I'm dating now the same sex, I don't think it's like, oh, I like all men now. It's like, no, you like that person, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
It's
You know,
totally
you
okay.
like
I know
being
so many
sexually
friends
gratified
that's
by
actually
person.
factual
Yeah.
with. Like, I know them now. They like, I know, and it's mainly women. They dabbled, and now they ended up with a dude. They married a dude, and it's exactly what you said. It's just a
finding
person.
yourself,
Yeah.
honestly. Like
It's
it's
navigating.
I mean,
through your
realistically,
sexuality.
they found their strawberry, basically.
Yeah.
Like
they really did. I love it.
Are you
Why are
alright?
you looking
Josh
at me?
is still
Yeah,
looking
My
for
mind
his
is, like,
strawberry.
wondering.
Like, when was the last time my butthole got licked?
Yeah, I'm just still realizing I told everyone that
So
someone
have
played
any
my
of you
butthole.
guys like experimented with your prostate? Like, have you guys had any like fingers in your
Oh,
ass?
yeah.
Or
Oh yeah.
and how do you like it?
I
Did
actually,
you nut like crazy?
I know that part has not happened. So,
Okay.
because I think the people that have played my butthole, like stuck something up there, they maybe were just overly cautious. Like they didn't
They
go
were
for
careful.
it. They were careful. They were just
They
like, oh
didn't,
my
like,
god.
tease you. Like,
Yeah, they
nothing.
did not do that.
They
They were
used
just
the
like,
pinky instead
I'll
of the
let
middle
them do
finger.
it. Your tongue already loosened up my butthole. It's cool.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't, but I didn't orgasm. I didn't actually, when it comes to that, and again, I don't know if they did it right or wrong, but it just didn't satisfy me like that.
You
Like
need
the
a vibrator
licking
underneath your ball sack while somebody's
Okay,
going down on you.
So this is okay. So the technique is tongue in my butt, and then they kind of scratch my balls. That shit is insane.
Yeah.
That shit is insane. But there is no orgasmic element to it. At
Okay.
least not yet.
Okay.
That hasn't happened.
Ladies.
I let them, but nope, no orgasm. So I'm like,
Listen, this
I
is
gotta-
a very open man.
I got a nut. So let's go traditional again. And
Yeah,
ba ba
yeah.
ba ba ba.
I
'Cause
feel you.
I let them try.
I think that's so dope.
It is not gonna fucking change my sexuality. I know I love women,
Yeah.
dude. You
And
guys
that's
can
all that
testify.
matters is what
how much I love
know.
women.
You love women.
That's
You a
it.
hoe.
That's fucking. I'm a
You a
hoe.
hoe.
I'm a
You
in the
a
group.
hoe.
But
He loves them a little too much.
I love my women, man. I love my women, but that's part of like me opening up. Like, fuck it, let's see. Like, I like the tongue. Okay, let's see part of a pinky.
I'm
Let's see
not
what
afraid to
happens.
be honest. I liked it. I liked it.
You liked it?
She said I liked
Did
it.
you?
Did you the whole finger? The what? And then did you
And
come?
then did they hit your prostate?
Yep.
Oh,
And how was it?
It was.
was it more intense
Mind
than
blowing?
a normal
It was
orgasm?
different. It was different.
So did you nut
Yep.
through the butt?
No,
Through the
no,
butt
they-
butt? What the fuck are you?
But I'm saying I just
are you
want
a
to rhyme.
five-year-old?
You know we're talking about Eminem. We're talking about
Did I
Eminem.
nut through the butt butt?
I had
What
to
the fuck?
rhyme, dude. Like I'm a lyricist.
Did I nut
No.
through the butt butt?
No, you nut
Yep.
through your dick. But
I know you
it's
nut through your
intense.
dick, but it's the stimulation is through the butt.
Yeah. Like.
So did you nut through the butt?
Yes.
Yep.
Damn,
Yep.
that's crazy.
Nut.
I
nut.
want to experience that. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to
I-
experience that.
Yeah.
I've had guys come and tell me that they've literally had a prostate toy which vibrates inside their ass, and they nut, and they're not even hard. They just fucking nut out of a flaccid penis.
That's wild.
So
That's
like,
wild.
if you can only like imagine that, I don't have a dick. I don't know what that feels like. I don't even know what you guys feel when you guys orgasm. But this is what like I've been told by men.
It feels like retardation.
It's like watching Legends of the Fall for the
It's
first
like,
time.
we're fucking retarded.
I feel like I could
For
feel the
10
vein
seconds.
pulse in my forehead.
I feel
Yeah,
like I'm gonna
yeah.
like, I just get stuck there. And it's just, you see, why did you mimic my face right now? Why did you look at me like that? You just
I think
did
you
my
just
own
made her
face.
bust a nut.
Right?
You
You
just,
just nut right now.
Jesus.
You froze
This
like
is
that.
too real, honestly.
I don't want anyone to ever
It's-
see my O face. It's not good.
Like I lose my confidence when I nut. Like
Okay.
up to the point where I nut, and then I look retarded. I know I look retarded.
No
I make
one looks
retarded
good in that.
sounds.
But
I
you
don't-
still fucking
I
still
don't-
fucking in the light.
I
Right?
like.
No.
I don't
give a
care
fuck.
how I look.
Confidence is still there. baby.
Boom, stretch
Josh,
marks, bitch.
It's the
7.5
aftermath.
inch
I
dick
feel
still
like,
works.
I feel like I'm dead.
Despite
Like,
my son,
I'll
my
roll
fucking 24
over.
stretch
I'll
marks.
roll over off the bed and I'll just cuddle in a ball and be like, God, give me like 5 minutes. Just
You need some
leave me
alone time
Just
after you nut?
stop. And then 5 minutes, I'm good. We can go again. But in that 5
5
minutes,
minutes. I
Some
hate you
men-
being young.
Some men have like
I need
crazy
12.
recovery time. Like
Oh, yeah.
it
I
need
takes
12.
them
I need
fucking
12.
the next day to have sex.
No, I need
again.
12. I need 12 minutes. I need 12 minutes. 12 minutes is about my comeback
but
time.
enough about us.
Yeah, all right. How long does it take you to get hard again?
Well,
One
yeah,
shot of
right.
whiskey, she turns it on
Yeah,
us.
you need to finish your shot.
I
man.
just feel like it's mutual. The interview process is.
Yeah.
is
I don't know how she just got me to admit that I.
She did.
I played well. I don't know
And
how
you
you
know what? I like that. You did not want to
Yeah.
admit that.
I did not.
But I like that you admit it. You need to
Yeah.
admit that
Whatever.
shit,
Fuck
dude.
it.
I am
Hey,
truly-
life's short.
I am truly excited I got you guys to admit all that. You know, because
don't have to try
society
too hard
would
with me.
never admit that.
I
you
love
know?
talking about that shit.
Same.
That's my
I just
comedy
feel
right
so
there.
comfortable around you.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna ask me then? If you guys want to turn it back on me,
In your kitchen, do you have a double-sided dildo next to your spatula?
That is no question I had. to
Have
top
you
that.
had sex cooking at the same time?
no.
No,
Never
dangerous.
cooking.
It's dangerous.
She
Never
takes
cooking.
cooking serious.
I haven't. However, I will admit, I have never fucked a chef or anything to get ahead, like to get promoted.
Okay.
But I fucked around with a cook one time in the butcher shop because I was like,
Ooh.
you know what? He's new. And he's new meat, so
New meat.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know what? Because guys in the kitchen, when they see a new server, they see a new like girl,
sure.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just like, oh. But why can't I be like that?
You can
Why
be
not?
whatever you
Why
want.
not?
So I
Man, if
fucking,
you want to fuck one of us, go by all means.
So I saw him go into like the butcher shop, which is like where they butchered all of our meat for us. And I was
Did that
like,
turn
you
you
know
on?
what? No, not yet. But I went in there and I was like, I followed him in there and he goes, "What are you doing?" He had been like flirting with me for a minute, so I was like, I want him to finger me in the fucking
Oh shit!
the butcher shop.
Do it raw.
So was it like
in the
was
cooler?
it a premeditated fantasy, or is it just?
No,
Like,
it
was there,
wasn't
like,
a fantasy.
cured
It's just
meats?
I'm always open for pleasure.
You mentioned something earlier
I'm
before
like
we
a
even.
dude.
Yeah, exactly. You said that. What does that mean to you? That you're like a dude.
So I was telling them that before we started recording that I feel like I'm a dude in a girl's body, but then sometimes I catch myself saying that and I don't like the way it sounds because I feel like all women feel this. They just don't say it. And then in order to justify it, we compare it to how guys are.
Right.
And I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I fucking express my sexuality. If I want to get fingered, I want to get fucking fingered. If I'm getting paid for it, then I'm going to get paid for it.
Blah, blah.
Like, it is what it is.
I just want everyone to know that she has masturbated 3 times since the show started, and I feel a little uncomfortable.
Couple of breaks happen.
She went to the bathroom a lot.
We now need a new stool. And
And the toilet seat is loose. I don't know why. I think we need to screw the bottoms of the toilet seat.
You know,
whatever.
I like the idea of a female. I work in a restaurant, and I've been there for a while.
You know how it is.
I've done some extensive time. I'm a bartender, as you know,
Uh-huh.
so I've worked in that environment for a long time. And a female cook or chef who has power is kind of a rarity. I dated a girl who worked in LA. Like, she was a chef, and she didn't last long at any job. And for a while, I thought maybe like, oh, well, you just have an attitude problem. You know, like I really did until we actually talked about it. And I realized that like she was very suppressed. It was very like you don't
She's
belong
angry.
here. You don't
Like,
belong here.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought it was interesting. She was also very hot. But like she didn't fit what they wanted. And it was in LA, which is I don't know. I would assume
The kitchens are tough in LA. The kitchens are tough in New York. The kitchens are tough on women, like, honestly, everywhere.
yeah, she did
You
not
mentioned something earlier about that, actually. Like, the harassment you had to face because of your sexuality.
Can I tell you that, like, my first job that I got hired at outside of after culinary school, you know, I was fucking so green. I was minding my own fucking business, doing what my chef told me to do. I was prepping, right?
I thought you meant you were vegan.
Oh, no, fuck no. So I was prepping. My dad got me this dope-ass, like, Japanese knife. I was like, nah, like, for graduation. He got me that knife. This fucking, like, 60-year-old man comes behind me, licks my neck, okay?
Ooh.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like,
Gross.
I didn't even know what to do. I
Crazy.
could have cut my shit off. I'm like, what
could
the
have cut
fuck?
him.
I think you should have stabbed him probably.
So funny story, I literally go home, you know, I'm 19 at this point, and I tell my mom, hey mom, like, I'm new in this kitchen, I don't know what to do because, you know, I just started and it's my job and it's my career and da-da-da. At this point, I didn't know that I wasn't made for the restaurant industry or made for more, but I wanted to be cool with everybody, you know, and so she told my dad on a Friday night, my dad busts in the fucking kitchen
Sick.
on a Friday night during service, pulls my chef to the side and says, what the fuck is this? Da, 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 da. So this piece of shit, this fucking 60-year-old dude comes in and he's like, she was in the walk-in. Mind you, he only spoke Spanish and I don't speak Spanish. I only kitchen Spanish. But he was like, she asked for it. Bitch, I'm 19 years old. Why would I ask for a 60-year-old to, like, lick my neck? That's, like, my dad. You know what I'm saying?
And
So-
chef's gear is not appealing.
It's
Like,
not. I have no figure. I have no figure in my chef's uniform, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't get it tailored or anything like that. And I was new. I was super young. But he legit full-on tongued down my neck. And,
Yikes.
Fucking Javier, man.
yeah,
Creeper.
exactly.
Come on, uncle.
So,
I
you
told you
know,
to stop doing that
Feel
shit.
Javi.
I do have to say that shit is very real. And I was told to deal with it by HR. They said, you know, you got in the kitchen, you need to fucking deal with it. And
That's
I was like,
retarded.
Fuck that. You deal with the fucking Latin Weinstein.
So,
I will say one thing. In the restaurant that I work for, if you would have told the owner, he would have fired that motherfucker immediately. Gone.
and
no
that's
questions
very
asked.
refreshing.
Yeah.
But
Like-
in a lot of places, it's not like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
know that.
I'll give props to where I work big time. That dude does not he would have been like, "You're gone."
That's good.
Immediately.
That's good.
That's horrible. That's
Well, look,
horrible to
man,
hear.
I want to say thank you, Erinn, for joining us. This has been one of the funnest podcasts we've done so far. You are going to come back.
Some people here have said a lot that maybe they shouldn't know. But it's okay.
But it was the truth.
It's the truth. There's no lies here.
Let your
That's all that.
fellas,
We all speak from the heart. and
let
the
your
true
ladies lick your butt.
I want one more time. I want you to give the viewers
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah,
information. Tell them where to
Tell
follow
them
you,
where to follow
where to
you.
see you.
Okay,
Tell
guys.
them what's up with you, what's coming up with you, all that stuff.
So I am open. My email is going to be in my Instagram bio.
We'll put it down here too.
My Instagram is Erinn In The Raw with periods in between each
That was underscore. Sorry, guys.
word, but Erinn is spelled with 2 N's. So ERINN period in the raw. And then my email is just erinnintheraw@gmail.com. Let me know if you want me to raid your kitchen. I record myself raiding your kitchen.
It's a cool
and
concept.
I make everything out of whatever you have in your kitchen. I teach you how to create something out of nothing. And also how to use clean, how to use sexy, and
She's gonna come to my house and see what she can do with cream cheese and butter.
then we're just
Look how I
we're
got
gonna
it.
get
What?
your asshole licked again.
Yeah! Oh my god!
And follow her next
With
season,
cream cheese and butter.
where she visits your bedroom and visits your sex drawer and tells
I've been
you.
wanting to do this.
Exactly. Oh.
I've been wanting to rub her head the whole time.
I do too, but I like that.
Later. I love it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Give it up, guys. Salud. Oh, we're doing this? What the fuck?
I just didn't edit
Okay.
my.
Oh, salud, salud, salud.
Cheers.
Thanks for
Speakeasy
coming.
Podcast.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Join us next time. See ya.